나무묘蓮華 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 Thank you again. Good morning. Thank you for having chanted the Lotus Sutra and Udaimaku together with me this morning and participating here in the temple. I'm very happy to have all of you here with us. So this morning when we were chanting the Hobenpon, you heard the word Sharihotsu, Sharihotsu, Sharihotsu many times. So actually today I'd like to speak about who is Sharihotsu. It's the name of a person. So I would like to speak a little bit about him. Right? So when Siddhartha Gautama, the founder of all Buddhism, abandoned his royal heritage and life as a prince to seek a religious life in search of answers to human suffering, he started off on his own. He was by himself. He then studied under many great masters and eventually sat in meditation to reflect upon everything that he had studied, experienced, and seen throughout the many years along his journey. He sat under a type of fig tree called a pipal, or later also named the Bodhi tree, where he eventually reached or achieved Buddhahood. After his awakening, he shone with excellence as a human being and great spiritual and philosophical master. In fact, many people who had been practicing with him or later heard him talk were so impressed with what he said that they began calling him the Awakened One, or Buddha. That is the most enlightened person in the world. The Buddha was a person of profound charisma, but it was something that was much more than just merely charismatic. People felt that wherever he went, he touched people's hearts. It was as if he woke also within them with every word he offered them, with the light inside their lives which previously had remained hidden. Thousands upon thousands of people came to hear his wise words. But upon hearing him speak, no matter what religion or tradition they had been following, they all felt inspired to follow this great man and what he taught them. The collection of his teachings and of his experiences of his enlightenment together is what we call today Buddhism, the teachings of the Buddha. His teachings were guides in aiding people to walk away from a life of suffering, hardship, worry, stress, and anxiety. When people heard these words, they found not only answers or solution to their own questions, but also an inexplicable sense of joy and even inner tranquility. In this way, the Buddha attracted thousands of followers and believers, among whom many decided to abandon their own personal lives, set aside everything, and follow the Buddha as a fellow monk or nun, enthusiastically adopting his ascetic discipline in order to achieve for themselves the same quality of life, truth, and enlightenment of the Buddha. Among these numerous followers, the Buddha had 10 closest disciples. And among these principal disciples, there was one who was quite famous and considered to be highly informed and well educated. In fact, they said there was no one around him who could compare to his intellect and many qualities, nor his wisdom, other than the Buddha himself. This disciple's name was called Shariputra. In Japanese, we call him Sharihotsu. I'm sure you've already heard the name mentioned a number of times when we recited the Lotus Sutra today. In fact, Shariputra is mentioned many times throughout a number of sutras, including the Lotus Sutra. This shows you just how close and how greatly important Shariputra was to the Buddha. If we were to compare Shariputra to one or more of the historical figures known for their intellect and intuition, he could be considered similar to Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, Galileo Galilei, William Shakespeare, Isaac Newton, Albert Einstein, and Stephen Hawking. This illustrates the extremely high level of intellect and genius that Shariputra possessed. Truly, he was no ordinary man. Shariputra was also renowned for his strict adherence to the Buddhist monastic rules, which we call them Vinaya, as well as his vast wisdom and skilled teaching abilities, which earned him the title of General of the Dharma. In other words, he was a great monk and a renowned master in his own right. However, Shariputra was also widely known for his humility and simplicity. For example, once a young novice monk, only 7 years old, brought to Shariputra's attention the fact that his inner garment dragged below the outer garment. Moving aside, Shariputra noticed that the young novice was right, and so he adjusted his robe and said. Then Shariputra, he greeted the monk and humbly asked him, "Are they now well adjusted and corrected, Master?" In one of the famous ancient texts of Buddhism, the Questions of King Malinda, an account of this episode in the life of Shariputra appeared as follows. If one has gone out today at the age of 7, might teach me, but yet again I'll accept it with a lowered head. At the sight of this master, I will show my fervor and deep respect, and may I always accommodate him to the revered seat of the master. This simplicity of heart, with its humility, always served Shariputra well. It became the very foundation from where his strength, growth, and development emerged, and which ended up placing him as one of the Buddha's most important and trusted disciples. All this eventually led him in becoming a great man of vast intelligence and profound wisdom. In remembering his simplicity and seriousness, I will leave you with 3 sentences from the Dhammapada, some of the initial teachings of the Buddha. These simple praises from the spirit of all Buddhism and the fundamental basis are the basis not only of a true Buddhist, but also of a good human being. Never harm anyone in any way. Cultivate merit in your life and purify your mind. I'll repeat this phrase just one more time for everyone since it's so important. Never cause harm or suffering to anyone, whether it be to others nor even to yourself. Every day, strive to cultivate merit and virtue in your life, and purify your mind of all defilements and any form of negativity. Based on this profound sense of humility, Shariputra maintained a sense of always being a student of the Buddha, sincerely wishing to learn from all people, even though he himself had already become a great and learned master. No matter how many years we have practiced Buddhism, no matter how many monks we have listened to, no matter how many books we have read, let us too always maintain the spirit of, I am but a mere student of Buddhism. I still have a lot to learn. With this humble spirit, let's do our best to study and learn Buddhism. Strive to understand its history, its traditions, and teachings, and then strive to apply them to our lives so that we ourselves will mirror the same pure heart of Shariputra and the Buddha himself. Okay? So with that, I would like to close my words today regarding Shariputra, a great man, a renowned master, a great teacher of great wisdom and intellect, but a man of great humility, always wishing to learn and always striving to get even closer, one step closer to the enlightened life of the Buddha. So let's learn from his example and try to incorporate that spirit also into our own lives. Okay? With that, I will close for today. Thank you very much for your attention and for listening to my small sermon about the Dharma. Okay? Thank you. Nam-myoho-renge-kyo. 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 Thank you. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful Friday, and we will see you again on Sunday morning, okay? Sunday morning will be in Italian, however. Okay, thank you. Great day to you. Bye-bye. Thank you.